This is the program that shows you the side of police chase videos they didn't want you to see. Bungled arrests, kamikaze crooks and cop-based carnage of all kinds. Welcome to Cops Uncut, the real car crash TV.
On my way.
Coming up on Cops Uncut. There's a shootout in the snow. This biker goes from 2 wheels to no wheels. And this cop watches a wipeout.
Taking off again.
We're in Utah on the trail of convicted felon Tony Shane Francis. He's well known in these parts, although apparently not to Officer John Crowley.
Good. Do me a favor, shut her off. Shut her off? Shut the truck off? Yeah. What? Plates come back stolen to this vehicle. Vehicle possibly stolen. You know about it? Jump. You get your license, registration, and all that? Plates come back stolen off the 2006 Ford truck. Kidding. Registration. That's what I said. So you get registration.
Crowley isn't kidding, and if this is all one big joke, then the suspect clearly isn't sticking around for the punchline. It's the old one about the cop, the criminal, and the high-speed chase, and Francis has heard it all before. Perhaps if Officer Crowley had known who Francis was, he might have taken the situation a little bit more seriously, because this infamous crook has a CV to die for. There's everything from armed robbery to assaulting police officers to stealing cars. He's even had a warrant filed for his arrest earlier today. Yet despite his wealth of experience, Francis makes the classic mistake of heading straight for the snow-capped mountains, taking the treacherous icy route.
Pull over, and there's nowhere for you to run.
Nobody tells this guy what to do, no matter how much sense it makes. So Crowley and his partner decide to step it up a gear and get ready for action.
I don't know if he's got any weapons in him up there front with him. Call back there and get our guns. The M14's in the back. We'll grab the pistol too.
There's clearly more than enough firepower on hand to bring this escapade to an end. Plenty of bad weather too, even the elements are against this guy. As the road gets icier, the fog gets thicker and he's forced to slow down. With the police behind him, the mountains on one side and a severe drop on the other, you don't have to be a gambler to know that the odds are against him. In these icy conditions, it's simply a matter of time. Francis loses control of his stolen motor with a snowplow blocking the way ahead. Now completely cornered, it must be time to surrender. But he goes all kamikaze. Switching to another police car's camera, we can see Francis hijack Officer Crowley's cruiser. With no clear way to go, he tries driving it through the mountain. And this really is a dead end. Time to get trigger happy.
Advised that there is not an officer down. Negative on an officer down.
In just 20 seconds, well over 60 rounds of ammo are fired. It's an absolute miracle that no cops were injured. But Francis hasn't been so lucky, so there's no need to send in the heavy mob. For this career criminal, the show is well and truly over. Did you hear the one about the cop, the crook, and the high-speed chase? This repeat offender's career almost peaked in the snow-capped mountains. But it wasn't until he decided to carjack a cruiser that his fortunes hit an all-time low. Still to come in part 1. This chase goes through a trashy neighborhood. And this cop comes across a coincidental crash.
Taking off again.
There's not much to do on a quiet Sunday night in Fritch, Texas, which may explain why this 17-year-old biker is stirring up so much trouble. He could have just stopped, paid his $10 fine for a taillight ticket and got on with whatever it is that Texan teenagers do. But that would have been too easy.
Go over! You can't get away! Go over now! Get away and hold yourself!
Of course, like all teens, you can't tell him anything. He needs to make his own mistakes and continues to make plenty of them. He ought to work on his cornering skills for a start. It's clear that this uneasy rider wants to live now and pay later. And it's no good obeying the stop sign, not when you're already in so much trouble. Once again, the troopers try talking to this truculent teen, but he's not having any.
Before you kill somebody! You're not willing to get away!
Perhaps what he needs is a slightly firmer hand. So a second squad car overtakes, something of a slap in the face for the cop we're on board with. But he needn't have bothered. As predicted, those cornering skills land Biker Boy in a spot of bother. He looks rather surprised to be standing in a field with the remains of a bike at his feet. But perhaps a 200-pound cop will make him understand quite how he got here. And to make absolutely sure that he has got the message, the troopers arranged for one big rugby scrum, Texas style. 5 large cops versus a skinny 17-year-old? No contest. And you don't have to be Mystic Meg to work out his future prospects.
Had he pulled over, he would have went home. Now you're going to go to the hospital, then you're going to jail.
Life is all about choices, but did he make the right one? Let's look at it again. You're 17 years old and you've got a broken tail light. Do you pull over, get it fixed and pay the $10 fine, or do you resist arrest, total your bike and get body slammed by a large, angry cop? This particular team chose to learn the hard way. Not every incident you face will involve high-speed chases, exciting gunfights, or stolen cars. Sometimes it's about being in the right place at the right time. Like when a simple overtaking maneuver such as this suddenly goes a bit Pete Tong. There's no crime, no suspect, and no one to shoot at. But you should always be prepared to step in and offer support in any way you can. Sometimes just a few comforting words will do.
You okay? I'm fine. I just got on the freeway and I was right behind you. You must have stepped on the gas to get out of that semi or something. Something like that. What did I do next? Just drive out of here. You're going to need a tow truck. Can you call one? Absolutely. Any preference? You know, I don't, sir. I'll get you one over here about real close. I'll get started for you. I can stay right here.
When you're a cop, you'll often run into random disasters like these. So when someone rolls over sideways, be ready to bend over backwards and help out those who are clearly less fortunate than yourself. Class dismissed. This is West Palm Beach in Florida, where we're in hot pursuit of a carjacked sedan. And its driver is taking us on a high-speed, late-night tour of the lesser-known attractions. He could have led us to the Sunshine State's glorious beaches or its famous orange groves. He could have even shown us the former home of Florida-born Smokey and the Bandit star Burt Reynolds, but instead he's just driving round in circles. He's lost, and like any true man, he doesn't want to admit it. The longer he drives, the more police cars he seems to attract. He could just ask one of them for directions. But being a dangerous car thief armed with an ice pick, that wouldn't be very cool. So he'd much rather keep driving round the block until he's worked out where he is. Here's another police officer ready to join the tour. This is turning into a high-speed convoy. The cops begin closing in, so the suspect tries some basic tricks from the car thief's handbook. Like swerving all over the road, driving slowly and then speeding up through a stop sign. Followed by braking hard and then taking a sharp left turn. But that won't confuse or lose any of them. In fact, it's probably helped our tour guide get even more lost, as he narrowly avoids going down a dead-end street. Soon he's running out of ideas and about to run out of gas. This can't go on much longer. He's so sick of driving on the road, he tries the sidewalk instead, helping the neighbors in the process by taking out the trash. But that's a rubbish idea, as it only slows him down. The police are right behind him and have closed down any means of escape. So he decides to park and continue his tour on foot. Leaving the car and his ice pick behind him, but not the cops. That was West Palm Beach, where car theft is twice the national average and the cops have a lot of clearing up to do. Drive carefully and please come again. Welcome to Paris. But no, this isn't Paris Hilton in trouble again, it's Paris, Texas, where we're in pursuit of a husband and wife shoplifting team, aka Andy Anderson and his long-term lady friend. They've been caught stealing from various roadside malls and outlet stores, and they won't be getting offered any more loyalty cards. They're probably off the cops' Christmas card list too, particularly after pulling dangerous stunts like these. Reciting the "you better stop" mantra 3 times is all very well, but the suspects don't seem to be listening. Hardly surprising when you consider Anderson has already served 1,000 days in prison and has a serious drug addiction. Of course, he's the kind of guy that always hears strange voices in his head. If Anderson isn't much of a shoplifter, he's not much of a getaway driver either. Because a long, straight highway is no place to lose a posse of pursuing cops, as it's rather easy for them to guess which way you're heading. Ready and waiting for him at the aptly named Lake Crook is a police roadblock, and although Anderson slows down when he sees the spike strip, he doesn't exactly negotiate it gracefully. This sends his car into a spin and onto the grass. Now there's nowhere left to run for this bargain basement Bonnie and Clyde. Armed and ready, the police take no chances. They drag the unfortunate couple out of the car, applying what's known as reasonable force. In no time at all, the kleptomaniac couple have been restrained, and all that remains is for a quick chat about their illicit gains. They'll have to answer some probing questions about this little shoplifting spree.
The clothes in the back, where'd they come from?
I'm not sure. I think it's tags on it.
In case you didn't know, I'm not sure that they're paid for is criminal speak for they're stolen.
Levi's.
Oh, they're taking orders for sizes.
That's exactly what it is.
what they
Yeah,
do.
exactly. Them sons goes
I
out
worked the top
pilfering.
in case I was sure.
And pilfering is Texan for you're busted. So here's a shopping tip if you're ever in Paris, Texas, that is. Don't buy your jeans off the back of a car with a broken window, or you could get your knickers in a twist. And you may well get caught with your stolen trousers down.
Taking off again.
Still to come in part 2. This chick gets a chip in her paintwork. And this cop makes a pig's ear of a pit. Once you've finally graduated from the police academy, you can start putting into practice all you've learned. But you may find that your first close-quarter contact with a real-life crim is tougher than you think. You'll be so anxious to remember everything you learned in class that you may even have a cheat sheet taped to your dash. Just don't make it too obvious that you're reading from the instruction manual. Because if the crook works out that you're a rookie, he may well try it on, giving you the impression that he's easy to nail. But just as you're getting ready to pull up to the bumper, the car thief will pull the old driving off trick, leaving you holding your gear stick. Criminals like this are what's known as a cop tease. Hopefully there'll be a more experienced patrolman on hand to guide you through. He may drive in front of the stolen car and slow it right down, which should make it easier for you to come up from behind. Remember, it's all about confidence and timing, so take a deep breath, get ready to ram, and go in as fast and as hard as you can. Oh dear. No one likes to admit it, but premature pit happens to lots of cops, especially on their first attempt. But don't fret for long, because a cheeky criminal will waste no time in mocking you. He may even indulge in a little reverse role play. Fortunately, though, you will get a second bite of the cherry. If it's become slippery and wet, that's all good. It'll make it easier and so much more fun. Just remember what you were taught and let your front fender do the talking. There we go. Now sit back and enjoy the moment. All that's missing are some fireworks. In no time at all, your peers will arrive to congratulate you. Back at the HQ, they may even hold a secret policeman's ball in your honor. Your initiation is over. You're a proper grown-up cop now, and that's something to celebrate. So when it comes to your first time, don't get too cocky and don't think it'll be a pushover. It may be with someone you don't really know, and it may be over in no time. But no matter how awkward and clumsy it is, you'll always have the memory of losing your chase cherry. Class dismissed. Who says that women are bad drivers? Our getaway girl here is displaying some impressive skills to the cop who's chasing her. She may have no respect for the rules, but she sure knows how to handle a motor, narrowly avoiding the awaiting patrol cars. And as soon as the road ahead is clear, she really puts her pedal to the metal. Because this suspected housebreaker is in a real hurry to get away. And she's willing to risk everything to avoid her pursuers. That was once. This is twice. And that is 3 times a crazy lady. From our eye in the sky, we can see that she must have Lady Luck on her side too, as she frequently comes but a false eyelash away from an accident. Obviously, the copter is not just here for our benefit. As well as affording us exciting views of the action, its pilot can also provide the cops with useful tips on how to end the pursuit.
Air Western 403, once you pass these 3 or 4 cars, you have an opening for about a quarter of a mile.
This opening is the cue to execute the classic pit maneuver. See how the pursuing patrol car tries to nudge her bumper, but she's not going to take it up the rear. Instead, she spurns his advances and simply speeds off again, giving him the cold, hard shoulder. But leaving the highway for a side road might not be the best route to take. In fact, she's soon slowed down by the traffic and the cop quickly catches up with her. So she tries even more risky business in an attempt to put some more tarmac between herself and her pushy pursuer. But that's proving to be much more difficult with so many cars around. The persistent police officer is still planning to give us some pit and consults his airborne buddies.
How many patrol cars have you got behind her?
Right now, sir, there's just one unmarked car behind her, and she is turning left going east.
He sees his chance and takes it. That stopped her. Well, that and the bridge barriers. Now, the pursuing cop is a modern kind of man who believes in complete equality between the sexes. He isn't going to hold back for anyone, male or female, and gives her the full force of the law. Remember, what we're watching here is a large cop struggling to restrain a small, skinny woman. A motorcycle cop has arrived to watch this unisex wrestling show. And when he realizes it's audience participation, he joins in. Time to show everyone how to treat a lady and how to take down her particulars.
Stand by. Sufficient units on the scene. Sufficient units on the scene.
10-4, thank you very much, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Anytime.
Old-fashioned chivalry is not dead. So underestimate women drivers at your peril because they could teach you a thing or two about speed. They'll even play dirty and break some rules, so don't think of them as shrinking violets. Give them your best shot and don't hold back on the body slam. 'Cause they're an offender, whatever the gender. So what have we learnt today on Cops Uncut? Stealing a squad car doesn't put you above the law. Go over the speed limit and you could end up going over the handlebars. And rookies don't always get it right first time. Be careful out there.